Hello everybody, this is the position which I am going to show you today. It's mainly based on advanced calculation. It's the game between Kramnik and Svidler Peter from in 2000, played in 2004. So it is right to play. I recommend you to pause the video and think for at least 5 to 8 minutes. Okay, so now I will start explaining. First of all, we can say that the material is equal. And currently we can capture this e4 knight, and but if we capture it, we are going to lose the b5 bishop. So the candidate moves which would have approached your mind would be queen takes e4 and bishop d3. These are the two main moves. There are other moves possible as well, like a4. So we will discuss all three of these options. Okay, first let's see what happens in a4. So a4, and now it's the tactics from black side. As we can see, our rook is hanging because it's attacked once and defended also once. So black can take advantage of this and capture on f2 with this bishop. And now if we take back, then we lose an exchange and a pawn. Okay, we can play rook f1, but then I think queen c5, and then black can defend this knight with a better or winning position. So let's go back. Yeah, here, if we don't capture this bishop, let's say we play king h2 because king h1 there is knight g3 check. So let's say king h2, but now the problem is queen f4 check, king h1, knight g3 check, and okay, we can say that we are losing the queen, but there's an even better move for black, that is knight takes f1 check. It's a double check, king h1 is first and queen h2 mate. So that was about a4. Next we can say bishop d3. Okay, so now we have defended our bishop and we are threatening this knight. If this knight moves, then the c5 bishop hangs, which is a tricky move by white, but the problem is still the same bishop takes f2, and the whole line is same. I guess in this case even queen takes c6 is just winning for black. So let's go back. So queen e4 is the move which is which is the one we want to play, because after queen e4 rook b5. Okay, so in the starting position we have to calculate the whole line without moving pieces, and so this was hard. Actually, this contains a puzzle in the puzzle. So if you cannot figure the answer, you can skip this part and go for the puzzle part. So, which I'm going to tell you just in some time. So queen e4, rook b5. Now we can see this c5 bishop is loosely defended as it's one attacker and one defender. Same goes for this b5 rook because it just has no defenders and no attackers as well. So we can see that if we manage to move this rook, then we can capture the c5 bishop. So the moves which hit our mind are queen c4 and a4. Both of these moves are very interesting. We'll see them one by one. Let's see what happens after a4. Okay, if just black moves his rook, then we can just take the bishop. But there is a smart move for black. Bishop takes f2. And okay, it's the same tactics, but in this case, it's just bad. So king f2. And now the point is after rook b2 check, king g1, black is f5. And white is in huge danger as this is just losing for white. Here, the only and only move to survive for white is knight e7 check. It's very difficult to find, and after takes in this position, white is a pawn down, but white hasn't passed a pawn, and even this e6 pawn is a weakness, so the position is dynamically equal. But okay, now let's see queen c4. And yeah, this is more accurate because after this, we can just take with the rook. Because now in this position, this c1 rook is defended with the queen. Okay, so now this is the point where most of you would end your calculation, but you should calculate this line. And now, which I had said that there is a puzzle in a puzzle. So this is the puzzle. Now there's another puzzle now. So take time. At least maybe I think I would give you 1 or 2 minutes for this because it's not so hard. Okay. So now let's discuss. So we can see that this c1 rook is hanging. Also this b5 rook. So if we capture this, then black can take. So what do we do? Okay. One idea is that we defend this rook. Let's say rook a1 or rook c3. Let's say this. But now the problem is black escapes. And black is 2 pawns up. Though these are double pawns, but still black is 2 pawns up. And let's say after this, we are defending this, attacking this, but not this. Attacking the rook, defending the bishop, rook b1, bishop d4, let's say, or maybe bishop c3 is better. But whatever, white is totally the defending side and has lost all the initiative. Let's go back to this position. The move here is queen takes on b5. Yeah, I discussed this before, that after bishop c1, the black is 2 pawns up, but now this is the point. We play queen c5, attacking this c1 bishop. Also, keeping an eye on this f8 rook. Let's say black defend his bishop on b2. Okay, this is bishop on b2 is the best choice of stockfish. So let's see that. Bishop b2 and now, yes, it's simple tactics. I recommend you to solve it. Yeah. So this one is easy. We can just give knight e7 check, and this is the only move. Well, it's not the only move. Black can give up the queen. Obviously, this is winning. King h8, and now knight g6. Why? Because we are attacking this rook with the queen as well as with the knight. If like king g8, then queen takes f8 is a mate. Best move here is h takes g6, queen takes f8, and after king h7, we can take another pawn. And in this position, white is an exchanger for a pawn. Though stockfish gives it equal, but it is hard to defend.